candy that hurts me.
They don't hurt.
Fuck yeah, they do. You never had one that like pops like right on your tooth? That shit fucking hurts.
No.
It's like it pains you to eat it.
No, I've never had that.
I'd rather deep throat a Snickers.
I just what?
What's up, you guys?
Yo, what's
we
up?
are back again
For episode 6.
6.
I like that. Seis, it fits better.
Seis, 6 is a weird number, bro. I'm scared of it.
Why? Because of the beast?
The beast, bro. 6 has always been weird to me. I fuck with 7.
But it's not 6. It's 666.
Whoa, dude, you just said it, bro.
Okay.
Now we're gonna get banned in all the countries.
I'm just saying, like, it's not 6. It's like 666.
I guess if you say Seis, it doesn't sound as bad. 6 sounds like 6. What?
Sounds like sex.
Moving on.
Sorry.
We are back again for episode 6, Seis.
Seis.
And
I feel like we've been doing this for a while.
it's been over a month now.
I don't
We
get
talked
as
about this.
I don't get as nervous now.
Dude, I listened back to the first episode, and you could tell you were all nervous and shit.
I really was.
And then there was a part where I was like, "Are you cold?" You're like, "No, I'm just nervous." And I was like, "What you nervous about? I mean, we're just chilling here on my place. What you should be nervous about is when we have to record this shit on video."
Fuck, nah. When you posted that, I was like, fuck.
So if you guys follow us on CharroBeans podcast, you would know we're gonna record. We're gonna be full on YouTubers,
Yeah,
I guess.
You can see us now.
Dude, and that's what I was saying. I was like, it'd be cool for people to at least see you, like, there a vast. Well, I can't even fucking talk. I can't fucking talk. Okay.
Victor.
The vast majority of everybody listening to us is mostly been homies. I'm assuming, or people that are from here in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
But we want this to be, like a countrywide global thing. So
Ooh.
I think it'd be cool if we recorded this on video so that people can see our genuine face reactions when we're talking about this shit. And then also that way they can attribute like a face to the voice.
Yeah.
And that way they're gonna know I'm ugly, bro. That's
Bro, that's what I'm scared of.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
at least you sound good, but I sound bad, and I'm like, I'm 0 out of 2.
I'm saying that I don't have a chance here. No, I'm a little nervous about it. I've never recorded or anything. I'm kind of just, even with this whole podcast shit, like I've been just trying to do my best to do everything. So I have no prior experience. So I'm just kind of figuring everything out like as it goes. So
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
but if you guys want to stay tuned, and hopefully in the next couple episodes we'll actually have these up on YouTube. Well, as a matter of fact, all of these episodes are on YouTube now.
Mm-hmm.
They're just the audio right now, but once we have our studio set up, we're gonna be able to record these, and you could watch us actually on YouTube, and then that way you can hear our voice and see our stupid ass faces.
Fuck. We do funny motions too, I think.
Yeah, I mean it. I just think it'd be good to people to see us like actually like act out some of the shit. So like when I make those previews with the memes, I just think it'd be a good look. Like it looks more professional too.
Yeah, those are funny.
Yeah, so.
And I understand them more because they have subtitles. So
Fuck, to put subtitles in an hour long video on YouTube? Nah, wait, you got me fucked up, bro.
Do it, bro. Do it for the podcast.
I don't have enough time, to be honest.
Ah.
Anyway, we are back, episode 6. How do you feel today, Victor?
I feel good. I'm kind of hungry. No?
No,
You're not hungry?
not really. No, not right now.
You'll see.
How was your weekend?
It was
interesting. I answered for you. I was like, it's interesting.
Like, pues. Nah. Yeah, I guess like the couple gigs that we had.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a slower week. It's being affected here in Texas. The whole quarantine. We might be on another lockdown, so
I hope so.
we're just kind of taking.
I really do. Like, I just want this to be over. Like,
you'd rather just chill at home?
Just do it. Yeah, like.
Fuck it. Yeah, to be honest, it makes more sense. Like, even if we're not playing, at least like let me chill at home and let's just ride this out.
I'm trying to be safe, but
exactly, we're just trying to be safe. But these people keep having these parties for these kids and shit. They want us to come out, which is fine, I guess. As long as we're wearing masks. We start wearing.
Oh yeah, we got masks.
We got masks this week. Our boss got us some masks.
I got a vampire one.
A vampire one, yeah.
Suits me.
Mine's got the 6'9" teeth.
Yeah.
With the shark.
Kind of looks like the Joker teeth.
Kind of, yeah. And yeah, man, it was an interesting weekend. We didn't have so much work this week, just because of the whole quarantine. So we actually had a gig cancel. It was a misa. I think I don't know how.
I was surprised we had it in the first place.
Yeah, I was gonna say that because churches are a little like on the being more on the safer side, so they're closing like straight up. So when I saw on the calendar that we had a misa gig, like misa means church. I don't know if anybody doesn't know Spanish, but we had a church gig. Where we played the ceremony of a wedding or whatever, quince, whatever it was, whatever it is. But yeah, they ended up canceling, and then we only had. It's funny, dude, because this has been happening like the last 3-4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell my wife, I'm like, I'm gonna get home around this time, because we only have 2 hours or we only have 3 hours. The last gig was over like at 10, and no matter what, I get home at 2 a.m.
Yeah, I got home at like 1:30.
Yeah, dude. So the reason is because we've been getting like we get there and it's 2 hours, but people want more.
Yeah.
And they're like, we'll play the 2 hours, and they'll be like, se pueden quedar otra hora.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been happening like every week, which is good. It's good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
So we've talked about this before. Where we're mentally prepared for a certain number of hours.
Yeah, like sometimes it was 6 hours, and you're like, okay,
yeah, Yeah, so you get adjusted to that. You got 6 hours. And you're like, all right, chingon, and my body is mentally prepared for these 6 hours. Yeah. And then,
pues sale otra or 2 sometimes.
So yeah, people are like, "Can you stay another hour?"
I don't get that because, like, okay, you're like you want an hour.
Okay.
Okay. With clients that already know us, we had this like
our usual clients.
Yeah. Which is there are a lot. Like we already know a lot of the people that we play with.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that hire us continuously.
Yeah, and they're always the ones that ask for more.
Right.
But what I'm thinking is like. You know how it gets with us,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, why would you ask for an hour? Why not just get that extra hour
to begin with?
Yeah, that way we don't stop. Because we stop and we think we're done and we're starting to put up, and then our boss is like, "Hey, otra hora," like.
Yeah, right. So we play like the amount of time. They're like, "Oh, it's an hour," But if you already know, or even if you have the slightest idea of like, hey. This party might be getting lit. Like, let's just hire him for 2-3 hours, because that's eventually what we end up playing for these folks. So they're like, oh, pues pueden quedar otra hora, and I'm over here thinking like I was mentally prepared for 1 hour. So now that we have 3, I'm not in a bad mood, but but I'm pouty for sure because I'm like, fuck, like my legs are like, bro, why are we still here?
Well, when it's like. When it's like 2 or 3 hours, like I don't prepare. But when our boss is like, "Hey, like we're playing all day," I'm like, "Oh yeah,
like it's gonna be a heavy weekend."
Like I'll buy like I don't really get coffee anymore because I hate the coffee breath. But I'll get like a Monster or a Red Bull,
right? Yeah.
Just in case we don't stop anymore. And when I'm feeling it, I just chug that shit. And
it's funny too, cause like, so once you're prepared for that number of hours and stuff, like in general, like mariachis have the weirdest diet. On a weekend, like as us, like say we we haven't done it in a while since this whole quarantine started, but those days when we would start off like at 10 in the morning, like we'd meet up at 10 in the morning. The gig is like at 12, so we have to drive like an hour there or whatever. We got to set up and all that. But point is, we start early in the morning, and all the gigs are like maybe like an hour, 30 minutes separated. So the only time we get to eat is like if you didn't eat at home, you're gonna have to wait till we do like a pit stop, like at a random little tiendita or a quick trip around here.
Or sometimes there is a big enough gap that we actually go somewhere to eat.
Yeah, but it sucks when it's like it doesn't suck, but you feel the hunger at the end of the night. So back then when I had a higher metabolism, like it wouldn't affect me. But like nowadays, like back then we would stop at Quick Trip or like a gas station. And I'd get I already had like my plan, bro. I was like, all right, I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna get a fucking Powerade. I'm gonna get some fucking chips. I'm gonna get a sandwich. I'm gonna get a fucking Recess. And then on my way out, like they got like fucking other candy, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get one of those fuckers too.
Oh,
So like
shit.
I would get everything, dude,
Damn.
and that's how I gained 40 pounds.
40 pounds later.
40 pounds later, I was like, damn, I can't be doing this. So if it fucks with the diet you have on there, it sucks because like us that work so much, and then you're just eating like not to say garbage, but you're eating bad foods, like you're eating gas station food.
Mm-hmm.
That fucks with you because then at the end of the night, like you're running on fucking hot dogs and chips, right?
Well, I mean, for me, before quarantine, since I was actually working out and like trying to be healthy, I would get like the little sandwiches, and I would look like at the little nutrition facts and shit.
Right.
And
yeah.
or I would get the Greek yogurt thing,
Mm-hmm.
oikos. I think that's what it's
Oracle?
called. Oikos.
Oiko?
You have them in your fridge, dude.
No, my wife has them in the fridge.
Oh, okay.
They're
Well,
not
I would
mine.
get those. But now, like, I'm not doing anything, so I'm like, I walk in and I'm like, "¿Dónde los gatitos?" You
Yeah,
know?
dude.
Like the video.
Yeah. No, yeah, like when you don't give a fuck, dude. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like back then, I didn't give a fuck, so I was grabbing anything and everything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just munching out in the van. But like now, I have to pay. Like I guess I'm older now. My metabolism is shit. I fucked it up, like basically. So like I'm over here buying like random shit, and that's really what's powering me through the end of the night. And then at the end of the night, like say like when they added more hours or whatever, at the end of the night, your fucking feet hurt, your back. Well, my feet hurt, my back hurt, fucking my head hurts. Sometimes I get headaches and shit. And at the end of the night, no matter what though, what do we do at the end of the night on a Saturday though?
Go home.
Yeah, but before we go home,
Get paid.
and then after that,
Drive home.
before
Nah.
you get home,
Yeah, we get water.
hell yeah, we get Whataburger, bro.
Yeah, it's like a little tradition now, right?
Yeah,
It's
now we just kind of. It's because back then we used to ride to the gigs together.
Yeah.
I used to live closer, like to his house, because ever since I moved out and I have my own like, house, I don't live in Northside anymore, so
Right.
we don't ride together. But before, it was almost like a thing, right? Like we'd be
Yeah.
driving home, and then like we'd just be in a conversation.
we would be like, I don't know, like we already knew what we wanted,
Yeah,
but we had to ask. We were like, so we're gonna eat, you know, like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we both subconsciously knew that we were getting closer to
yeah.
Whataburger. And we're driving down Main Street, and like we're in the middle of a conversation. I'm like, yeah, man, I love Pringles or whatever, you know. We're just talking some random shit, and I'm like, yeah, man, they're like my favorite chip. Hey, we're getting water, right?
Yeah.
Just sneak it in there. So like we were getting close, and we already knew that we wanted it, but one of us needed to confirm with the other whether we're gonna get it or not. So then as soon as like we say we get water, like yes,
and we were so committed, like, cause sometimes we'd be like super late.
right.
So we would go to the Wada. If you're from Fort Worth, it was
Oh,
on
yeah.
28th and Main Street.
Yeah.
And-
That
and
one's
then-
stupid packed all
And
the
then
time.
we'll get packed.
Yeah.
So we'd instead of like, I don't know, going to the ones somewhere near, like there was a Taco Bell too and like a
Yeah,
McDonald's.
right.
We went to the other Whataburger.
Like
on
we
the
wanted
other side.
Whataburger so bad
Yeah.
that we didn't want to go to the. It's because I mean the one right there on Main Street. We have a lot of bars there. Like we have Belly Bob's Texas, which is like country mecca. Like everybody
Mhm.
goes there like to play and listen to country. And then also there we have the Stockyards, so there's a bunch of bars.
Right.
So when we would get home like late as fuck, like it's 2, 3 in the dude, we used to go like at 3 in the morning
Yeah.
sometimes. We'd just be driving back like, dude, we probably shouldn't eat water. Like it's fucking late. But like you're like, but I'm hungry though. You know,
Yeah.
like we're both like, well, fuck, dude. I'm running on fucking Oreos from 4 o'clock, and like I haven't eaten in 11 hours and shit. So like, let's get water. Fuck it. But then if it's so packed, because we used to go that late, so freaking Whataburger looks like a club. Like
Yeah.
after 2 a.m.,
It gets
it's
packed.
just like the after party.
I feel like that's every Whataburger though.
Oh yeah, for
Everywhere
sure.
I've gone, it just
Everywhere.
gets fucking packed.
Everywhere, dude. When I was in college, the fucking the first time I ever went to the Whataburger there, we went there like at 2, 3 in the morning, and dude, it looked like they might as well have a bouncer in the front. Like it was like a VIP kind of shit. Like they had the line outside. I walked in, and it was like if you went to a fucking club and they turned the lights on,
Yeah.
because it's all bright. Everybody's in like their hoochie ass
Yeah.
dress.
True.
Girls got like their fucking eyeliner, like their eyelashes are coming off and shit. The guys are all like, uno está todo miado.
Whoa. I don't
Dude,
know
when
where
they're
you're
drunk, they piss themselves, dude. Whatever. But Whataburger, yeah. So what we would do is we'd get there and we're like, fuck, dude, but it's stupid packed. Like, should we go to the one across town? Like,
Like, yeah.
fuck it, let's go. We were that committed to getting it, you know?
That's crazy.
So, and really it's because I kind of said this before, but like when you get home from gigging, we already had like those shit clients, or we had like a bad day or whatever the fuck, you know, or
we're just tired.
or we're just stupid tired, you know?
Yeah.
And then me, like every time I go to the drive-thru too, like now it's been taking like 30-40 minutes, like just to get the burger.
Yeah.
So then when I'm finally home, like I unbuckle my pants, my fucking panza comes out. Like when you take off a faja, it's like you take it off and you just sit down and you're just sitting there like, okay, I'm fucking. You take like a second to be like, okay, I'm here, I'm here, I'm home, I'm safe. Like my feet are all throbbing and shit. And then like when you unwrap the Whataburger, dude, that shit smells so fucking good,
dude.
The fries. The thing about Whataburger though, the fries, if they get a little cold, they're not the same. That's why people say they're still better than In-N-Out fries. In-N-Out fries is straight doo-doo straws. Like,
for real, dude.
I fucking hate it. Like, imagine gigging all day and coming home to In-N-Out, bro.
With one In-N-Out, I wouldn't be satisfied with one In-N-Out.
In-N-Out looks like a fucking.
Like, bro, the McChickens at McDonald's are bigger.
It's not the Whataburger Junior is bigger than a fucking In-N-Out burger, dude. The double.
And they're not as. They're average. They're a burger, you know.
It's just a burger.
Yeah, I'm sorry if you don't like.
No,
I don't know.
Full disrespect. Fuck In-N-Out. Like, I don't. I've had, dude. I'm so pressed right now. I'm like, it just pisses me off when people are like, "Whataburger is trash. You can have a cake," but it's mostly people from Cali, which I'm like, okay, whatever.
It's like their little trend because that's all they have.
Yeah, I mean, I get the rivalry or whatever, but one's just a clear winner. Like,
yeah,
I'm sorry,
I
dude.
mean, they don't really compare. Like, I will compare them more to Shake and Shack or like.
Shake and Shack?
I don't know how to say.
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack. Oh shit!
Or you think it's Steak and Shake?
Yeah, there you go.
You combine them.
That's because I don't go there often.
Yeah, right.
But like Whataburger is like a different level.
It's a different breed, bro.
It's a disrespect.
You've been getting the fucking triple.
Yeah.
You fucking man.
I don't know, dude.
It's that. That's
y
what
me
I'm
la
saying.
acabo también.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like after gigging that much, like you just go ape shit there.
Yeah,
You're like,
dude.
everything looks delicious. You're like, let me get the triple with. Don't even use bread. Just put pies on the bread.
Hey.
I want 4 fried pies and just use those as buns. Oh man.
Nah, yeah, lately I've been getting the triple. I don't know why. I guess I'm just hungrier now.
I guess.
And I'm like,
it's because your little body can take it now, dude.
My little body, I'm taller than you.
No, I meant like you're thin, bro. Like you have fat deposits. Like mine are all full. Yours aren't. Like so yours you can eat something that much, and they're like, all right, we'll just go to his thighs. I have no more room, bro.
I wish they went to my thighs.
That's true, dude.
Anyways.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, that only water hits the spot.
It really does, man. So like so it's just something about Whataburger that gives me so much joy. Like I almost have to like, if I don't have it on a Saturday night, it feels weird.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, if I eat anything, like if I'm eating a cereal and I'm like, this isn't water though.
You sent me a snap one time, like, cause now we do that. Like now when we get water, we send each other like a snap.
Yeah,
kind of like checking in or something.
Yeah, because since now we don't ride together, like as soon as we get home, like I'll forget sometimes. I'm already like 3x10, and I'm like, oh fuck. I'll send you a picture like, hey, you already know, you know? And then you'll send me one back.
Yeah, and then one time I sent him a snap of my water.
Right.
And then you send me a snap, and you're like, caldo. You have like this bowl.
It was pozole. My wife made green pozole. So like I think I told you like at the gig I was like, hey bro, like I think you told me like, hey, you know what tonight is?
Yeah.
Because we usually say like, hey, water, you know, on Saturday nights, and he's like, you know what tonight is? I was like, nah, bro, not today. And you were like, what? And I was like, oh, it's because Zara made a pozole, so I'm gonna eat that when I get home.
And I'm like, what blasphemy is this, bro?
Yeah, so I was like, fuck. Well, I mean, it was good, but yeah, I did feel weird not eating water, you know. So like, you sent me the badass burger, and I just sent you like the green caldo, and I was like, Well, it was good. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't the same. You know, it's
Yeah.
just like you come home to a Whataburger. Like,
Oh, you know what they did to me last
I
week?
love it so much, huh?
You know what they did to me last week or
Who?
this week?
Ooh, what?
What? Yeah. Sometimes I do fuck up. Like I got the 3 again, right?
Mhm.
And then I got a Sprite, pero me pusieron agua.
Instead of Sprite,
Yeah.
those are two vastly different
I know,
drinks.
but they were like
One's
clear.
fizzy,
Yeah, but I just put it in there. Dude, it was like 2 in the morning.
right? I guess.
And I'm going home and I'm like, I take this badass bite, you know, I get some fries in there.
Yeah.
And I fucking drink and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it tasted so nutritional. It was disgusting, dude. I'm like,
Are there no calories in this?
Yeah, dude. Where are the carbs? Like, what the fuck?
If I don't have sugar right now, I'm gonna fucking go ape shit.
For real, dude. So I just got a Coke from my mini fridge. It was
Like a fucking peasant.
like, far away. I was like, damn, they did me bad.
Shit, man.
Still liked it, though. But
Yeah, but no matter what, Whataburger just fucking hits at the end of
Yeah.
a busy ass weekend where you're just hot and you just want to go home, like, and just taking off that traje, taking everything off, and you're just sitting there with your burger. Like,
for real.
it's like you're on vacation, dude. It's just amazing. Like,
It's orgasmic.
I live for.
I said it, and I mean it.
Hey, man, I'm not saying I don't agree, but I agree. What were we talking about? We just went on to Whataburger real quick.
I don't know, but I'm hungry now. Oh, it's because I was hungry?
Maybe? I don't fucking remember.
Nah. Okay, let's start with Thursday. That's when we had that.
Oh,
that
the
gig.
mega gig.
Yeah.
All right, so we had a little what I like to call a mega gig. And it was kind of weird because
You gotta take in mind our group. It's 8 people. Like, it's a small group.
yeah, if our group goes out to a gig and it's everybody, it's 8 people.
Yeah.
It's we have 3 violins, 2 trumpets, me and you, so vihuela guitarrón, and then a guitar player.
Yeah.
So that's 8 people.
Which is all you need.
Yeah,
know,
that's we put on a good show, just us, you know,
Yeah.
like with our mics and everything. It sounds good.
I mean, without mics, it's fine.
No, but I'm saying like we
I
provide that.
said. No, yeah.
So we have 8 people in the group. So this client had asked our boss for 12 people,
13, I think.
13 people. Oh, they requested 13,
I
right?
think so.
Right. So they wanted a 13 piece. Oh shit, 13 hours? No, 13 piece group for not even an hour. It was a serenade,
Right? No, not even. It was 6 songs.
which is a serenade, no?
Well, I don't know, but serenade is like 30 minutes. That's what I understood it.
It's more like 25 minutes.
Okay, but they only wanted 6 songs, or Arturo only gave him 6 songs.
Yeah, so our boss said it was a 6 song gig with 13 people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, dude. Well, you're gonna have to find like other people, right? So
Yeah.
then he started like, there's people that we get sometimes to come help us out.
Yeah. It's
And-
kind of like I don't know what that's the Avengers, but like everyone that went,
Yeah,
we played with them like at one point,
right.
and now we just put them all together.
Yeah. It was like the team up,
Yeah.
the team up film, the team up gig really. So we had some familiar faces come out and play with us. But the first thing that I thought was weird, so like I walked out with my vihuela, and Arturo comes up to me and he's like, "Chale, bro," and I'm like, "What's up, dude?" He's like, "No le dije al otro que venías de vihuela, güey." I'm like, "What do you mean? I play vihuela. You know this. Like, I've been here fucking 7 years. Like, you don't know I play vihuela?" He's like, "Yeah, bro, but no le dije, bro. I'm pretty sure he's gonna bring a vihuela." I'm like, fuck. So the thing about that is, dude, 2 vihuelas just sounds like shit. I'm sorry. Like, I've done it like 3 times now. Like where I've played it. And the reason is 2 reasons. The 2 vihuelas, they clash because vihuelas sound very different from each other.
Mm-hmm.
So one will sound more high pitched, another one will be a little bit lower, or it just sounds harder. I don't know how to describe it, but you put both of them together.
It's like 2 people singing the same voice. Like, there's no harmony. It's just
Right, yeah. But they're both slightly untuned from each
Yeah.
other. So it just sounds like two people yelling,
yeah.
very high pitched, and they don't match exactly. So it gives off a really ugly sound. That's what you need the guitar for. or that's why you need the golpes to balance out that frequency. But two vihuelas just fucking ruins it. And then the other reason is because I hate it. Is because no matter what, if there's a second vihuela player there, it turns into a competition.
Right.
And I don't know if that is with other instruments, but like if it's just or violins, I guess they're used to playing with each other. But anytime you're next to somebody that's playing your instrument, it's almost like subconsciously a competition. Like if you fuck up, you're like, ah, bitch. And then if you fuck, I'm like, oh fuck, I'm shit. Like I'm trash, you know?
Yeah.
So what I hated about it was we were playing. So I usually stand next to you, but you were on harp.
Oh yeah.
They brought you the
I was on
arpa.
harp.
So most people don't know this, but you play harp too.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I'm pretty sure people know that. Like, cause I post
nobody knows.
I post harp videos all the time. If anything, they wouldn't know I play bass. What are you doing?
I don't know. I wasn't making out with my mic.
Still it. No, playing harp is a hassle, dude.
Yeah, it's hard to like
You-
lug it
you wanna
around.
know- you wanna know the funny thing?
What?
Like I was it was the first day of gigs, so like what I do is like I take a shower and I shave, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm just doing my thing, like getting ready, and I'm on autopilot, like that.
Right, yeah.
It's what do you call it? Like something you do like constantly.
I
have it-
muscle memory.
Muscle memory? Or
Yeah.
no, that's not a word for it. But you get the point. And I'm like doing my thing, and I get ready, and I put the guitarron on my shoulder and start walking out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like driving, and I'm like, damn, it's a 13-piece group, dude. Like, como I said,
Big
like
group. Yeah.
guitarron, arpa, and I say arpa, and I'm like, like fuck. I already put the guitarron in the car and everything, so I had to like go back and get the harp.
You fucking pull the
Yeah.
Tokyo Drift.
Right.
Fucking scared the neighbors' cats and shit.
Yeah, dude. And like I said, I practice harp more than anything. So like, ya estaba pelona, like it didn't have the case on or anything.
Oh, so you just had it out?
Yeah,
like in your room?
it's always out.
Mm-hmm.
And and I had to get like the tuning key. I had to find it.
Right.
And like the tuner for it. And I'm like, fuck, ya voy a llegar tarde. And sure enough, when I'm getting there, like, you're all ready to go, and I'm like,
All of us
fuck.
it was funny because my boss too was like, che, Víctor, güey, siempre es el primero que llega y en el día que no necesito de arpa no llega. And I'm just thinking like, damn, for real, you were the last one to get there.
Yeah.
We were all just like standing around waiting for you. So when you pulled up all like fucking quick. And you know, we all looked at you like, motherfucker.
I was like, see?
Yeah. So then you came out and but it was weird, right? Like seeing like a whole horde of fucking
Yeah, dude.
mariachis.
It was like a fucking cult.
Yeah, dude. So we were all it was a 13-piece group. We were all just waiting. Victor gets there with his harp. And then it was weird because already the gig it was supposed to start at 6, right?
Yeah.
Because I know because I get out of work at 5 and it was in where was it?
It was like,
Oh, it was like
Keller?
Keller. Which is North Fort Worth. It's maybe like from downtown, maybe like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, like 20 minutes.
Something like that. So it wasn't far from my work. So as soon as I got out at 5, I hauled ass to Keller to the gig. And I was the first one there. I was like fucking 40
for
minutes early.
That's
Yeah.
the first.
Yeah, dude. I've been very paranoid because I'm very bad at keeping time, like time management. Like I'm the worst at that. I'm the one that always gets there late.
You see?
And it's my fault, really. Like, I'd be chilling here, like, at my house, and I got a clock on the wall, and I just look at it, and I'm like, no, I got time. And then I get there, and I'm like, fucking, like, hauling ass to the gig. But I showed up to this one, and I was hella early. So much that I showed up in my work uniform, like, there, and I just had my traje in the truck. So I was like, well, I'm going to have to change here, right? So if you ever changed in a truck or a car, it's very uncomfortable because like you're like trying to fit into these pants and shit, and you're like flinging your arms around and whatnot, and then you're like putting on like an arm sleeve and you honk the horn like kind of shit, you know. It's like so I finally got dressed or whatever there, but what else happened there? Where was I going with this?
I wasn't there yet. So I'm just listening.
Oh, that I was just the first one there, basically, and then everybody showed up or whatever. But what was weird was once we were all ready to go. Oh, that's where I was going. That at 6 p.m. was the gig. So right. So then we got there. I think we were supposed to start at 6, but we were gonna start like at 6:05 because everybody got ready or whatever. We went to the front of the house, but this client was being like rude, right?
Mm-hmm.
They came up to us and they're all like not even saying sorry or anything. They're just like, so first of all, the serenade was for a little girl.
Right. That I did not see.
It
that
was
coming.
for a little girl.
It was really weird because he's like, oh, like, espérense porque la compañera se está bañando.
Yeah, she's
So
like,
I picture like, I don't know, like una quinceañera
like
or
a
something.
girl, right?
Yeah.
She was like, es que se está bañando.
Yeah, like she's doing it by herself, you know?
Yeah. So I'm thinking like, oh, okay, so they're taking a shower. It's like, yeah, like she's taking a shower, so if y'all could hold off. I'm like, dude, this is already only 6 songs, like, and you're
Yeah.
wanting us to wait, like. And then he was like, es que no me dijeron nada. She's taking a shower, so whenever she's out, y'all can start. And I'm like, dude, but that's not how it works. Like, you're supposed to be ready by 6 because, like, ponle, we had another gig after this or something, right? That's what you have to assume as a client. Like, we might have somewhere to be, you know. We can't just be waiting around for you guys. You guys told us from this time to this time, so you have to honor that just as much as people like to come at us like, oh, y'all didn't get here in time and shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It should be both ways with the client and the group.
Mm-hmm.
So, motherfucker was like, no, but she's taking a shower or whatever. Like, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So we stood there for like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. And then he's like, ya están listas. Ya salieron. They already took a shower. Ya salieron.
Yeah.
Ya toquen. Like, váyanse allá atrás y ya empiecen a tocar. But he was like yelling at us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, like some clients think that they own us, like straight up.
Yeah.
Like, just because you're paying us don't mean that you won't.
We can't throw hands.
Exactly. Like, dude, chill out. Like, bro, just we're here. Obviously, you're paying us, but we still showed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so like, cálmate, you know.
Mm.
And he's like, toquen allá, vayan para allá. He was acting very weird.
I think it was just the way he talks or they talk, because apparently they're like some type of culture that
I don't
didn't
know.
catch. So maybe it's how they talk. You know how some like.
But
Como es los cubanos, they think they're very aggressive, but that's just how they talk.
I don't know,
Yeah.
bro. Dude sounded was ready to fight, so I was just there like.
You're like, bro, we got the whole army right now.
Yeah, dude.
We're 13 of us, and it's just one of you.
One of you, right? It's your Royal Rumble, bro. So, so yeah, it was just weird. And then like we showed up in the back, and they had like a pony back there.
Yeah, like I said, it was a big surprise.
Yeah, because it was for a little girl.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, so this. I was thinking, yeah, it was someone older, but it was literally for like a little girl.
Yeah,
And
she's
she had
like 5.
Yeah,
or
she was
6.
chiquilla, you know. Like, ni que chingados what we were doing, you know. She didn't even know what the fuck. She's like, what the fuck are these dudes doing here? Yeah, that's not my cousins.
Pretty much.
They had like a pony, and then they were like letting her ride the pony while we played like these songs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very strange. It wasn't the first time I had a pony at a gig.
Yeah. Well, it was weird. Well, it wasn't weird, but when I catch like I said, I was in the back the whole time. So
Yeah.
when you heard the whole thing of the guy being mean, like,
Yeah,
I might have heard it, but I might have like been talking to someone.
you were out of it.
But when we were in there, like the guy, he looked like he was ready to fight one of the violins, dude.
Oh, really?
The way he was talking to him, but all he was saying was, "Hey, I'm gonna sing the last song."
Oh, right. Yeah.
But the way
yeah.
he was saying it, I was like, "Oh shit!"
You're coming at me hard, bro.
Yeah.
Like, chill out, you know.
And I'm like, "Oof."
So it was just a very weird gig. Like, he was acting very strange, and then at the end he sang "Como quién?"
Volver.
Oh, Volver. Right.
Yeah.
He wanted to sing the last song, and he just sang very aggressively, like
Yeah.
almost like an opera singer. And I was like, because they had given us a list, and then he was like, "No, fuck the list. I want to sing this one."
Right.
And I was like, "Okay."
He's like, "That's the old me."
Yeah, dude. So it was just a strange gig, and then so we talked about this after. We were like, it sucks when you don't. Well, it doesn't suck, but it's very different when you play with someone that's not in your group, because either people will be playing their own arreglos, like their own arrangements or their
Right.
own way.
Which is what was happening.
Well, yeah. So everybody was kind of just playing their own shit,
Yeah.
and then it's just you don't get the same dynamic. Like Victor plays a certain way on the guitarron.
Oh, that was very annoying for me.
Yeah. So that guy, like he
Nombre.
didn't play as solid as Victor does.
Oh yeah.
I said he doesn't.
Oh yeah. No, I don't know. Like, like I don't think I'm that great, but like what was hard for me is that as a art player, I have to follow him, or at
Right.
least, or at least, like, cause I've had like instances where like I play with someone long enough
Yeah.
where they can follow me.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing, but it's happened.
Right.
But with this guy, like we were just clashing, cause I was trying to like every person has a pattern of playing. That's what I've learned
Mm-hmm.
from playing harp and have someone on bass. Like someone, even if they improvise, they kind of go back to the same thing over and over. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
like patterns.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
was doing that with them. Like it's not hard to tell
To pick it up.
to pick it up.
Yeah.
But like we were crashing on tuning a lot.
Well, he was untuned for one.
Well, he looked at me like I was in tune. I'm like, bro, I have strings. Like, well, not strings, but like I have like I'm in tune. You know,
You're like,
yeah,
start barking.
Because for people that don't know, on bass it's kind of like violin if you can relate to it. Like it has no frets.
Right.
So you have to find the fingering. You know.
Yeah, it's up to him to finger correctly. Oh shit!
Yeah.
I knew that was sus as soon as I was saying it, bro. You gotta finger the string correctly to get it intonated.
You're not making it better. You gotta find the spot.
You gotta finger it.
you gotta find the spot. You know.
Right.
Because every bass is different, and
Yeah.
he wasn't doing it, and
Yeah.
then he looked at me, and I'm like, "Okay, wait."
So that goes back to what I said. Like it almost turns like a competition
Yeah.
because he's from another group.
Yeah.
So he's thinking like, God, this fucker doesn't even know this song or he can't play in tune. And that's how I felt on this last song because on the gig because I was like, there was a song that we played 2 songs that we don't play all the time. So like I told you, like I can play
Yeah.
I can play a song like from memory or whatever. But if it's a song I haven't played in a while, like I'll need a refresher.
Yeah.
Or like I'll get it in like the first fourth of the song. I'm like, oh, it's this song. So then I figure it out. I'm like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
But I'm not good with names and the way they start and how the music comes in. Like I'll forget that, but I'll process it like during the song already. So we played like 2 songs like that, and every time I fucked up, the other vihuela player would look over me like, "You ain't shit, bro."
He's like, "Idiot."
Yeah, he was all like la re, and I was like, I like in my head, I'm like, I know it's just like fuck up, okay? Like it doesn't mean I'm stupid or but I just didn't know it in that instance, okay? I know what song we're playing, but he's just like re.
What really wasn't helping was that, cause I heard him like everybody was kind of like the group was big enough where everybody had their own little like team or like group, like everybody had their own little like squad, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
And I could hear them. They were playing like a different version. They were playing for the ones that I think you were talking about La Llorona, right?
Maybe, yeah.
And like I remember like the 2 other guys, they were playing the La hija de Pepe Aguilar, Angelica or something like that.
Okay.
They were playing that version, which is
it's a different way of playing it.
Yeah, it's very like adornado, you know.
Oh, there's extra shit in there.
Yeah, and they were doing it. I'm like, we don't do that.
Yeah.
And
right, exactly.
And like the violins were doing some other thing, and then the trumpets putting like no, everybody had their own version instead of just being like, let's just all water it down.
Yeah,
so, like,
to the simplest version.
Yeah.
Just so we can get through this, you know?
Yeah, and I heard the violins doing something, so the bass player followed them.
Yeah.
And I just kind of stayed with whatever like you were doing, and then like the trumpets being the more dominant ones.
Yeah.
They did their own thing, which clashed with everyone else. So at the end, it was just like, all right.
So it was like a shit show, basically.
Yeah. And I was like, bueno.
So that's the thing that sucks about like putting a mega group together. It's just like everybody's gonna play their own shit. Like unless you get like people that are like you said, like you adhere to the most simplest version so that everybody can benefit. But sometimes it's not the case because they want to like either, not to say these guys were like that, but either they want to sound better or they want to show that they know more than you. So like that's what I'm saying. It turns into a competition,
which I don't get because I played with another big group like 2 weeks ago, like on a Wednesday,
right?
And it was a funeral, but it was way different because the players that were there, I guess they knew each other or something. They were from different groups, and it was so different because one of the guys was like, "Hey, ¿quién toca primero or quién toca segunda?" You know, and I thought that was really cool because
they're working as a team.
They're organizing,
right?
And I'm like, dang, I love you. What?
you're like, this is how it should be. You're like, you know, everybody figure out their part and realize that this isn't an individual. Like you're not being an individual here. Like you're working as a team,
which it should be all the time. But
so
in this gig, everybody was just like
free for all.
They were more like, I don't care, we're here to work. You know, like
that kind of mentality.
Like, va a salir como salga, like no importa. And I'm like,
which sometimes I take that role too. I'm like, ya que salga, whatever, you know. But obviously you want to try to work as much with the people that are there to try to make it sound the best. But when it just doesn't work, dude, it just doesn't work. And then you just sit in, like, after the game, I was just like, man, that was kind of trash.
Yeah.
So I remember just being like, Arturo, please, never again. And he's like, yeah, dude, I'm going to do it. And then he's going to be like, so they want a mega group of 20 people. So
Right?
do y'all know anybody?
I'm like, high schools do that, bro. We don't have those people.
Right?
No, but
that was a weird gig.
I think it just depends on the people that you got.
I think all of it just kind of contributed, like the weird client, the way the songs shaped up with the members and stuff. So it just sounded it very much did not feel like one of our gigs. You know what I mean? It did. We didn't feel the same, and it was just a weird gig. I mean, sometimes you have something like that, and you just kind of you do your best to get through it, and at the end of the day, you got paid. So
for me, I was more of a spectator, because I mean I was doing my thing like adornando and all that.
Oh, on harp.
But you couldn't hear me. Like you have 10 violins and these trumpets. Like you're not gonna hear me.
And everybody's trying to play the shit out of their violins. So there's not much you can do to really stand out on harp. So
you know what's annoying though?
What?
And I might make a lot of people upset at this, but I hate the questions that get asked about harp.
Like what?
They're like, "Es difícil?" And I'm like, "Bro, just practice." Like it's like every instrument.
Yeah.
You know? But I just see it and they're like, ¿Y estos colores qué significan? I'm like, well, it's like piano. You know, I always compare harp to piano. It's like and I'm just like, I'm done, bro. Or they come up and you do this. You're like, you just put your hand on the strings and fucking strum it.
I just do a declesando all badass.
I'm like, there it is.
Yeah, dude.
I might as well be like, anyone else?
Yeah, dude.
Ya que están aquí.
I mean, it's fun, dude. You play something that not a lot of people like do, and you play it well.
Well, that's why I'm not mean about it. I'm like, I understand, like, people don't see it often.
It's like the ones that are assholes are the ones that come up to you and they're like, "Bro, teach me something right here, right now."
Oh yeah.
And then you're like, you know, what can I teach you? You know, I've been playing this for years, and I got to this level by doing so many hours of work. And you're like, yeah, but just something real quick.
Yeah, and I'm like,
and you're like, being chipping.
You're like, I said. Está difícil, wait. No, but yeah, it's a different feel. Or like, also did not miss the just carrying it.
Well, it's heavy.
Like when it's not heavy, it's just.
Oh, it's very fragile too.
You don't have the freedom. That too.
Yeah.
Or like.
You can't just put it like on a strap on your shoulder, just like a guitarrón case or a vihuela case. Like you're carrying like a casket.
Pretty much.
You're walking around with this.
Estoy cargando muerto.
Yeah. You're carrying like this big hunk of wood, and then you make one wrong move, and next thing you know, you got like 4 pieces of a harp.
Pretty much.
So it's
or like when
dangerous.
you put it in the car, you know, or
right,
just walking with it.
Yeah.
You don't have the same mobility as carrying a violin. Una vihuela, you know, they're tiny.
They're all tiny and shit.
So, and then that too, we had to go through like their garage, right? So I had to pick up the harp like above my head. And I'm like, I did not miss this, dude.
Yeah, man. It's not a very mobile instrument, that's for sure.
I like playing it. Don't get me wrong. I like playing it. You know? I practice it more than
anything
other
else.
instruments.
Yeah. So
my boss is like, "Your guitarrón qué güey." Dude, like, you're trash.
He's like, you're practicing hard, but you don't know the songs on Saturday, motherfucker.
Ya es lo que me va a decir en la planta.
Dude, for real.
But yeah.
But that was the weirdest gig. The other gig was that I wanted to talk about real quick because we don't have that much time. The Mood Killers, bro.
Ooh.
You ever, you know, when you go to a gig and so what happened with this one is we were supposed to have it at 6. Turns out that we lost their number. Yeah. And out of nowhere they called us. Like, "Hey, are you guys coming?" Mm-hmm. And they're like,
"Are you coming?"
They're like, "I don't know. Are you coming?" And she was like, "Are y'all still coming?" And he's like, what was this for or what?" He's like, "The gig at 6." And my boss is like,
"It was like 6:30 already."
Yeah, and he's like, so we ended up making it after. So he said like, could we had a gig from 8 to 10. Yeah, we had a gig from 8 to 10. And they said, well, we can go after if y'all want to. And they said, yeah, for an hour. Mm-hmm. But we showed up like at the end of the party. Like it was we didn't get there till like 11.
Well, I mean, the party was peak, bro. Like,
oh, well, that's what I mean.
People were having fun.
Here's what I mean. When we showed up, it was peak hours, like you said. Yeah. Like everybody was like, we could hear from the outside. Yeah, DJ was going hard. He was spinning that shit. He was like, he was going fucking hard. He was mixing it up, bro.
Okay.
bitch.
Anyways.
Anyway, DJ was going hard, and you could hear that shit from outside. It sounded like a club and shit. And then we walk in like with our speaker, you know,
Yeah.
and we're like, and I already knew, dude, like mood killers are the worst because you get there and you kill the mood.
Yeah.
So like everybody's dancing, everybody's doing like that thing that all Mexicans do where they dance in a circle.
Yeah.
Everybody's going hard, dude. And we show up and they were like, bum, bum, bum. So we started playing Mañanitas. So like everybody sat down immediately and we're like, fuck, man. Like we just killed the party, bro.
And you feel so shitty when you're playing and then people are walking out.
Mm-hmm.
And they slowly start
Oh,
leaving.
yeah. So that's what happened at the end, right?
Like,
So we started playing for the people and nobody was asking for shit because nobody really wants to hear a mariachi
like
right
one
now.
drunk guy was like,
Yeah,
and they were the most dead songs too.
like oh yeah, we tried playing like some cumbias to try to get people
and
to
they're
dance
all
again.
just looking at us.
They are like, te solté la rienda.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, we're trying to pump people up, not make them. Yeah, and
fuck.
so like it was just a mood killer. Like we've gone to a couple of those, but sometimes they're not our fault. Like we get there at a time where people usually they hire mariachis for like if it's at a salon, especially this was a salon, like a venue. This was a venue, so we got there and people are already lit, but people don't want to get lit to mariachi that late. Sometimes they wanna enjoy you while they're eating or when there's like dead time before. But like once the baile starts, like the actual dance, like people don't want to hear us because not that we can't pump up the party, but I'm saying like they want that loud ass from the speakers, like fucking loud as shit, and then just the DJ just going hard or like the band that they have or whatever. So like we just kill the mood whenever we walk in, dude. Like,
and I mean sometimes we can pick it up like if we start like playing songs para que bailen, like they'll start dancing again, you know.
Yeah.
And then we'll do that whole thing where we don't stop playing like.
Yeah, we just keep playing cumbias
But
over
this
and over.
one, which is like they were petty, dude. They were
Yeah.
like, "No, you made me sit down. I'm gonna leave."
Now,
I'm like,
you ruined my night, so I'm gonna go
Yeah,
home. I
pretty
hope you
much.
think about that
I
shit.
feel so bad.
And that's like I said, like sometimes you can't do anything about that, but you just try to. That hour went by real slow for me, dude.
Yeah.
I was just like, nobody's clapping. Like they weren't even clapping, dude. There was like 2 or 3 little like fucking.
Just one clap.
Yeah, dude. And I was like, fuck, man.
There was like one guy that was having fun. He was asking for all those songs.
But he kept asking for songs we just played.
Yeah.
And it's happened before too. Like they're drunk. They're so drunk that they're like, Mujeres Divinas, and then we play it and they're like, Mujeres Divinas. And I'm like, we just played it, you dumb fuck.
I feel so bad for the DJ because we do a little joke where we're done and our boss is like, ¿Qué dice DJ or whatever, so I can start playing.
Yeah.
And I think he said something around like, pues ya no me dejaron nada.
Yeah,
like,
dude. We then while we were doing our set, like towards the end, he was already putting up his shit.
Yeah.
He was like, "Well, I guess I'm going home, dude. Like, you guys killed the vibe. Everybody was leaving. We're over here playing like these rancheras and shit. People putting up the fucking manteles from the tables. I'm like, yeah, that's how you know this party's fucking over, dude. So then, like when we left, we were just like, damn, bro, we ain't shit.
Still got water though.
Hey, well, we got Whata right after, bro. What a burger. And that shit was delicious. I got the sweet and spicy bacon burger.
No, I still got number 3. And I forgot all about that gig.
You got, yeah.
It just made
Dude,
it all better.
I was deep throating that thing. Dude, I gotta stop saying deep throat. I was just eating the shit of that thing and I forgot about the whole night.
I'm like, bro, I was eating 3 meats.
For real, you got the triple, bro. Pinche animal. We should get into Charro Chat. We're fucking running out of time, bro. Charro Chat.
Which one did I say I was gonna do?
You go first, because I can't find my phone.
So this is Raymond.facts. He says, what was y'all's biggest inspiration?
Did you say Raymond?
Yeah.
I think it's ramen. You fucking idiot.
I don't know. There's no.
It's ramen.facts.
All right.
What's the question?
He's asking, what was y'all's biggest inspiration? I guess in Mariachi.
Right.
And then he's like, parentheses, by the way, I love the podcast.
Woo! I'm glad you like it, bro.
Yeah, me too.
So what was y'all's biggest inspiration? I'm guessing in mariachi.
Goes on. Or music, maybe?
I guess we'll stick to mariachi. Okay. For me, to be honest, I guess I can say 2. First one being Pato from Mariachi
Mm.
Vargas for as a vihuela player because he really did cultivate the mariachi vihuela style that we all know. Like in my opinion, I don't. Someone's gonna come on here and say, "Oh no, in the 1940s, so and so did it," and I'm like,
Mhm.
"Okay, that's fine." But for me, it was Pato because he's the first one that I saw that really like you. He's been in recordings for like fucking forever, and he's the one that I would study when I was like young, when I was really
Mhm.
getting interested in mariachi. I'm like, okay, well, Pato, that's the guy from Vargas. So when he like retired, it was kind of a big thing for me because I was like, damn man, like end of an era kind of guy, you
Yeah,
know.
he played in a group for like fucking 50 years.
And the good thing about Pato too is when people would ask me, so like who should I follow and stuff like that, I would say like Pato because Pato gives you like the very good standard. Like he sets like any recording you hear of him, it's the standard that everybody will try to emulate because that's he almost created it. Like
Mm.
he recorded that long that he really made up Mariachi Vihuela what it is now. So
Mm.
that's what I would say with that one. The other one is Tony Zuniga. I guess he was the best known from when he was with Son de Mexico.
Well, well, I met him when I met him. I heard him
Yeah.
when he was in Tepacatepec. That remember
Oh well,
the
yeah.
tunnel
I
song?
knew. Well, that's the thing. I knew him from Sol, but I didn't realize that he was also the Vihuela player in those
Oh
recordings
yeah,
for
me too. Yeah, it
Tepalcatepec.
was like that.
So I knew first that he was from Sol, and I was like, oh, he plays really good. So then when I heard those Tepalcatepec recordings, I was like, oh shit, that's him too. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, I instantly became a fan. I was like, dude, that guy's fucking badass. And the reason I say Pato is because he gave you like the standard badass, like the thing you aspire to sound like, you know, you're consistent playing or whatever. And then like Tony, really, I see him as the guy that like fucking just went ape shit with it. Like he would, not to say that he created these manicos or anything like that, but he like almost brought him to the mainstream to where it was different from what you were used to hearing. It was something new, and it's something that really inspired me. And I was like, dude, I didn't at the time. All I knew was pato. So when I came up and I heard all these crazy manicos, I was like, damn, dude, like I never knew you could do that. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? So it inspires you as a kid because you're like, there's so much more that can be done on this instrument that I never even knew. You know.
Mhm.
So when I was young and I saw that shit, dude, instantly I was like, "Fucking Tony's the shit." And even through his years in Seoul, I would watch him and I'm like, "Damn, this guy's just a passion." And you can tell when he's playing, he's going hard. You know, he plays with like all the animo that he can muster or whatever. But yeah, right.
Yeah, dude.
Those are my
Every
inspirations
time I
for
see him
real.
playing, he's just so concentrated and he's
Yeah,
like into it.
and that's what I mean. Like you could watch him like he could be doing like a random gig, dude, and you see a video of him and he plays with that same amount of energy. And like
Yeah.
I know you can get me playing like in a badass gig or whatever, or and I'm be going hard, and then I'm sure there's a video of me of just like standing at a gig like, bro, I don't want to be here. Ran chan chan
There
chan.
is a video of that.
I'm just sitting there like, bro, like I'm fucking hungry, and how much are we getting paid at this gig? Fuck. But like just bored as shit, you know. But I've never really seen a video of him where he's not just going hard, dude, because he like exudes this personality that anytime you see it, like it's infectious. You're like, damn man, some good ass shit,
You're
man.
like,
Dude, I'll eat it. I'll eat
okay,
it up, bro. The
okay,
manicos.
yeah. See
No,
you.
but I would say those Pato and Tony Zuniga from Vihuela Land.
Those are two really good choices,
And then you?
which are also mine. So fuck Sam.
Well,
No,
you have to have like a harp or guitarron. I don't
like
know.
no.
That's what you play more.
Um. Well, when I started, I remember my teacher gave me Dr. G.
I didn't even think of Dr.
He's
G.
our
But yeah,
he's our middle school teacher that basically taught me like basics of
yeah.
music.
You taught both of us. Like
Taught me basic. No. Yeah. Sammy went to the same middle school.
same middle school.
Yeah, and if you get taught by Dr. G, I mean, you're very lucky, man. But I remember he gave me that CD of Sones de Jalisco from
Right.
Mariachi Vargas,
Vargas.
and like he told me like like the basic story of like who Vargas was and all that. So I remember at the time I had no phone or anything. So whenever I was in school, I would look at videos of them, kind of.
Vargas?
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of to see what he was talking about.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, like you see everything how it's connecting and everything.
Mhm.
So Vargas was, the whole group was a big inspiration for me.
Yeah.
You know, just watching Nati playing bass. Which Nati is considered the best bass player in.
Yeah, like that ever lived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also like Nati because apparently it was back when Pepe Martinez. Oh, not Pepe. I want to say whoever was whenever they made those Jose Alfredo.
Violin player?
Nah. The el cantante Jose Alfredo Jimenez, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
The one that used to do the segundas
what?
for Jose Alfredo?
No, Natividad.
Oh yeah, what
The
about
guitar
him?
player.
Yeah.
I like that in those recordings. Like he made the bass lines for that.
Oh, okay.
Like
I don't know where you were going with it. I was
Yeah, sorry.
like, what?
Yeah, like everything he mainly had like that imagination of like just making a bass line
To, like,
that,
create the bass line-
yeah,
bass
like,
line,
that
yeah.
fitted the song so well, and he
Right.
wasn't overdoing it. And
Mhm.
later on, later recordings, we hear like Somos Novios and all that, where
Mhm.
he puts in all these different types of playing.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been a big inspiration.
That
for me.
and that's what's being played now. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
Like he
yeah.
came up with those bass lines.
Yeah,
So that's why, yeah, a lot of people say that he was the best because I mean, just to have like that type of musicianship to really play out and
Yeah,
he create. That's what I'm saying with like Bato and Nati. No, I'm sure they were a big part of what we hear
Yeah,
today
dude.
because they created that. You know?
yeah. And they're like old recordings, but
Oh, yeah.
you can feel like the presence of like the way he played.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, strong backbone kind of
yeah,
shit.
dude,
Yeah,
it's just like amazing. And it's always in tune. It's always like strong. Every
Yeah.
note he plays, you know.
yeah. Dude
it-
had like God fingers, bro. Like the
Apparently,
way he was
dude.
playing, like he just he provided like a big backbone for the group, and that's what I'm sure a lot of you guys that are guitarron players like aspired to be like.
Oh yeah.
Because I know I aspire to be as good as Tony or Pato ever were. You know, I know I'll probably never get there, but that's the point. Like you always
Yeah.
want to get to as close to it if possible.
Yeah, and it's like at gigs, okay, we'll do fuck around, you know. But
Yeah.
in my mind, I'm always worrying about, like I said, for us, the bass has no frets,
Mhm.
so I'm always trying to focus on
The intonation.
intonation,
Yeah.
you know, which I don't get 100% of the time,
Yeah.
you know, or like keeping a good feeling or a
Yeah.
good tempo.
Yeah.
You know, that's always in the back of my head. When
It's
I'm
because
doing
you want to sound good. Like
Yeah.
you want to sound good. Like I want to sound good when I'm playing. Like I don't want like obviously both of us don't want to sound like shit.
it. Yeah.
So like those guys being your inspirations, you not to say like you want to make them proud, but you want to in a way you want to play them as good as they did because
Yeah.
I mean they gave it their all
Yeah.
to create this shit.
Yeah, especially like on sonas for me.
Oh yeah.
Because you hear them like in the recordings and you're
Mhm.
like, fuck, like every accent is so
It's like
together.
very
and
driven.
Yeah.
It's like chingon.
so like
dude.
I know like sometimes in sonas or like old school songs I do
Yeah.
like I do this thing where like I close my eyes sometimes and I'm like,
yeah. No, it's because with like sonas especially, you could really feel that shit.
Yeah,
like
dude.
if it doesn't matter if you harmonia, trumpet, or violin. Like you really feel that shit when it's all together. Like I felt it a couple times where you're just like, damn, like when you play with like a group and everybody's on it,
yeah,
and you're just like, which happened like when you were playing with like really really great musicians and they all play together like that have that mentality to like follow and like actually listen, like not just
Yeah.
play your part but actually listen to
Yeah.
everybody, and you feel that shit. That's why like when you close your eyes you can feel it like
Yeah, dude.
being driven. And I'm sure a lot of teachers say that shit, but I mean when you feel it, like
Yeah,
you're like,
dude.
shit, this is badass.
yeah, that's what I've gotten from or when you watch Vargas like the videos,
Yeah.
like Pato's a very serious guy, you know.
Oh yeah.
But when you watch his hand, look like the way it just fucking moves, you
Yeah.
know. Like you know he's playing hard, like
Yeah.
he's giving it like whatever
his
he
all
can.
and shit.
And when you watch Natty, he's like very controlled and he's very
Yeah.
like you can
And it's-
tell
yeah, right.
you can feel like a presence that he's like actually leading what he has to do.
It felt like all the shit they did was just smooth, like
Yeah, dude.
like it's almost like they weren't even working, bro. Like we're over here struggling, and they're like, bro, this is easy shit.
Yeah.
Like it's pre-kinder shit. Like get up to my level, motherfucker.
Yeah, and like it's like you said, because Dr. G also showed me those recordings of Tepalcatepec,
Yeah.
which is this album called
¿Cuál?
El Rey del Son.
Oh, El Rey del Son.
Is that
yeah.
what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has Tony on it,
Yeah, Tony
which I
playing
didn't know at
vihuela.
the time,
Right.
but it just sounded so like
Oh,
chingon,
yeah.
you know?
And that's what I liked about those recordings too,
Yeah.
because they almost put me as a harmonia player. Like I want to obviously hear the harmonia sounding good.
Yeah.
So like and it's almost like they emphasized the vihuela and the bass to be like a little bit more driven up, so you can. There's some recordings where you can hardly hear us, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks. But like, there's some albums where like they almost like just mix it perfectly where you can hear the bass, the vihuela, and the guitar, like very clearly. And that whole album, like it's just driving every single song. So that kind of shit like inspired me because I'm just like, fuck, dude, that sounds so chingon.
And they're also, I don't know if you noticed, but they have more albums, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that was also a harp inspiration because some of those albums, I don't know if you know, like they're harp bass lines. Like it's not a bass, it's a harp.
They just kind of like boost it up, I think, right? So you can hear it.
No, I think which is one of those big ass harps that.
Oh, the big arpas, like the big the fucking thick hose, bro.
Yeah, not even like Jalisciense, which is like the ones that son Michoacanas.
Yeah,
you know?
Michoacanas.
They're like fucking fat.
Yeah,
and they have like strongest bass.
Hey, they do be kind of thick, bro. Now that I think about it,
yeah,
you got like the one you have is petite.
You see,
it's then skinny. Those be fucking station wagon pulling up for gas, bro. Like, see, dude. Fucking got the whole family in the back.
Yeah, and you can tell they're hard.
Shit.
They're hard because they're not. I don't know. Like the octaves aren't the same on bass.
Right.
Like like on guitarrón, like el sol, it's a little bit higher, and for harp, the G is the last octave, so it's the lower one.
Yeah.
So you can like at first I'm like, that sounds kind of like it sounds good, but it doesn't sound like
it doesn't sound like a bass. Yeah. Right.
And then you find out it's a harp, and you're like, damn, that's badass. Or you see the album cover, like there's no bass. Yeah. It's like I remember seeing one, and it's un arpa grande, and then it's like Tony on like vihuela and some guy on golpe, you know?
Yeah, right.
So.
And then that's just those harps just sound real thick. Like when you play them, like it's bassy.
Yeah, it sounds chingón, dude.
Super bass.
That was a big part.
But that's I guess does that answer the question?
I think it does.
I guess so. We'll have time for one quick one.
Oh, that's all you said.
At Mariachi Valle or Vel. No, Mariachi Valle. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. At Mariachi Valle asks, what's your opinion on mariachi music / tradition progressing or dimming away?
Oh shit.
Which kind of goes with someone else's question, so I'm gonna kind of put them together. Ooh. Might as well, because they kind of fall in the same conversation. So we had him last week. He asked good questions. At the Litro Nitro, what do y'all think about mariachi's portrayal in media, mostly movies? So like, for example, Coco, Desperado, Mariachi Gringo, etc. Okay, well, I'll start with what's your opinion on mariachi music tradition progressing or dimming away? I don't think mariachi will ever go away. Mm-hmm. I do feel like it will change, but it's not like it's bad. You look at any genre of music, it will progress. Like literally, blues became heavy metal. Like everything in between, blues started out as this, came into soft rock, hard rock. And then obviously all of those things evolve into something else, or they inspire some other genre. Right. So mariachi is pretty basically violin, trumpet, harp, guitarrón, vihuela, guitar. But I mean, now you hear recordings, or recordings from back then. Even then, they were adding electric guitars. They were adding accordions, flutes, clarinets, fucking marimbas, like there's just everything in there now. Saxophones, like all of that's being added to mariachi. I really don't think that it's a bad thing, because like I said, every music genre needs to evolve. That's how it stays relevant. If we play La Ley del Monte the same way for the next 100 years, like it's a classic, but I'm saying if nothing else gets done about it, it will become an oldie, something that people are like, oh, that's some old ass music. You know what I mean? I don't say that in a way like, oh, like we have to change it to appeal to the new audience and stuff like that. Like, but I'm saying like every genre needs to change, and it is kind of changing right now. Mm-hmm. I was talking to you about this. Like, what's the most popular mariachi artist right now?
Do I have to say his name?
Yeah.
Christian Nodal.
Christian Nodal. Where did that boy come from?
I have no idea. He was like 19 when he got
yeah, like he came out of nowhere, dog. And I remember, what's his most popular song? The one that we still get asked to this day.
Adios Amor, I guess.
Adios Amor.
I don't know.
Yes.
There's more.
But that's the most popular one, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So he came out with that song out of nowhere. Apparently, like, I think if I read this wrong or right, it was he put out like that song, that mariachi track, and it just fucking blew up, dude.
Yeah.
Like it to this day we're still being asked for it. And he's already won like Latin Grammys, and I don't even know if did he win a Grammy?
I don't catch up with that guy.
I know he won a Latin Grammy, but I'm saying is like he's very successful.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you noticed after he put out Adios Amor and he put out his songs que eran puras mariachis, mariachi arrangements. After that, we've got like fucking on the radio right now. All those songs that are que están pegando are in that same style.
Even after, because I think for Adios Amor he used like a local group, right?
Maybe,
and then later on he got No Te Caritlan.
Yeah, so
like
yeah, like the Adios Amor probably has like a group, someone that just recorded like a arrangement of his and he sang it. But now he's getting like arrangements with Nuevo, with like I don't even know who, but I'm sure there's a lot of big groups that are like now are like yeah, let's record a track with him because he's relevant. And not to say it's bad, like I mean, I do get sick of playing that damn song all the time, but if you think about it, like it's only growing the mariachi genre because it's honestly it's back. Like No Te Caritlan, Sol de Mexico can put out all these albums, but they're not in the mainstream. They really are not. Yeah. They can write this long popurrí with like songs of for example, Popurrí Il Divo, wasn't that like a band? Or I'm not good on Mexican
an
music.
acapella group.
Okay.
It's not Mexican.
Right. I don't fucking know. But point is, No Te Caritlan did a whole arrangement like Popurrí. It is badass as fuck. But you'll never hear that shit on the radio. You'll never hear that shit on Mexican radio, even in Mexico. You won't never hear that. The only reason you would hear it is if you like No Te Caritlan and you bought an album and you listened to it, right? Or you're like a student and shit. But the shit you hear on the radio is like Lo Que Pega, which is Christian Nodal, and even Alejandro Fernandez with his new songs that are coming out. They're all coming out the same. So, in a sense, we need these artists because they're elevating the genre to at least do something outside of what they're already doing, if that makes sense. I don't know how to word it. But they're really bringing it back. And like I said, it's because it has to evolve. If we do the same shit, if you do anything over and over and over again, you're going to get bored of it. Like anything. It doesn't matter. Like you eat a whole chocolate cake, you're going to throw up.
Just eat it back.
Just what?
I'm like, just eat it back.
Eat it back? Fucking gross ass.
Sorry.
So I mean that's kind of my opinion. Like I necessarily can't say that I love Christian Nodal or anything, but shit, badass for him, man. He put out a track and now he's like the most if you say if you ask any girl, like party girl, like who's your favorite mariachi, Christian Nodal, and it kind of sucks because there's people that have been doing it for so fucking long, but really that's the reason mariachi is being listened to right now. A lot of like in the mainstream, like people, there's only so many students and people like us that will listen to mariachi. Like if we can get like other people in the mainstream and other people like just general audiences to listen to mariachi, I feel like that's a good thing. I mean, yeah. Bring it back, and now we have like I said, No Te Caritlan doing arrangements with them and shit, and you already know they're gonna do a good fucking job. So, and then that's I'm always like if anything though, always keep tradition. Like we're never gonna forget the arrangements that we do. We're never gonna forget those songs because they're classics, bro. So, so I mean, we're only gonna we're gonna keep playing these songs. I mean, they're never gonna stop. That's the reason we still get hired. We're really just cover bands.
Pretty much, yeah.
So we go out to gigs and we just play covers. But it doesn't mean that the mariachi will die or anything like that. Like it needs to evolve. That's as much as I can say.
For real. Interesting.
And then going back to Litro Nitro's thing, I just hate when fucking mariachis are portrayed. I fucking hate it. I've seen it before in shows and shit. In shows they have like a mariachi come out and then you can tell they just hired like random people because the mariachis aren't even playing. You can tell they're not even mariachis because like they'll be playing like like a guitar, like an acoustic guitar. like it's not a classical guitar. And then like the violin players are like not even playing the strings. they're like higher.
Or like hovering.
Yeah, they're hovering over the strings, but they're not actually playing. Like, please just at least get people that can play the instrument, or at least fake it enough. Like, you're doing a horrible job, Hollywood.
I mean, there's some like there was like a Chihuahua movie where they actually got like Sol de Mexico, or they got like it was like Jose.
Oh, I think he did
Chewy,
the soundtrack for that.
But you see him in the movie.
Oh, okay.
But it was just 3 people, which is not like a mariachi.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, shit, badass. I mean, they had an actual mariachi go out there. But I'm saying is like, at least try to. I mean, especially because all these movies are being made in Hollywood. You know how many mariachis there are in L.A. Like, you just gotta hit one up and be like, "Hey, y'all want to do this movie real quick?" I'm sure they'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta pay them.
Yeah,
beer or food.
I think just for the most part, like they're not very accurate. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's very sus when they do shit like that. But hey, man, anything that brings the Mexican culture to the mainstream, I'm for.
And honestly, I've never seen these movies because he says like Coco. Well, I've never seen it.
You never seen Coco?
No.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Or Desperado. I saw it a long time ago.
That one's about guns. It's pretty cool. But he's not really a mariachi. He's just like a killer mariachi.
And then Mariachi Gringo, I don't
Oh, I saw that movie. I should talk about that in the video. That whole movie is fucking hilarious. Like, if you and me are mariachis, right? Like, we're charros. We do it, you know? So that movie's about like a white dude that goes to Mexico to become a mariachi.
Okay, that fits the name.
Yeah, so it's a white dude, mariachi gringo. So it's not a bad movie. It's just very hilarious. Like,
I've seen Los Tres Amigos, right? Isn't that what they are? ¿No son charros ellos?
I don't know what that is.
The Tres Amigos?
That's what I told you. Is that the one with Steve Martin? And
I don't know, they're like 3 guys, and I think the cover is like
the 3 of them on a horse. No?
I think so.
Maybe.
I think so. But
I gotta look this up.
I remember they had like, you know, like usaron como traje charro. Es como traje de torero.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I guess that one's not really accurate. But I mean,
but I want to remember if they played or not. If they play something, or they just wear it just to.
I never saw the movie, but I know what movie you're talking about. But yeah, they do wear like a mariachi traje that's kind of sus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's kind of like they couldn't get anything more authentic.
I've seen like, I think there was like a novela that was about mariachi, and they portrayed him as like, as the guy that they like. They portrayed it as it's a group and like one guy sings only. You know what I mean?
One guy sings.
Yeah. You know how, I mean, in mariachi, there's a lot of singers, but there's like in one group, only one guy sings all
like
the songs.
Like a featured artist?
Yeah.
Kind of thing?
Yeah, they made it look like that. And he got like all the girls or whatever.
Oh, shit.
Which is very not accurate.
I don't know.
That's what I
Does that answer the question?
I feel like we're not very
thorough. I think we just talk shit.
Yeah. No, like, I haven't watched enough movies to see. Like, I remember that Chihuahua movie where Jose was in it, but
then if anything, I'm all for, like I said, I'm all for putting any Mexican culture in anything. Like, that's what we do. We're really just being products of Mexican culture, and anything that shows that to people and larger audiences, no matter what it is, it's good for us, dude. Because I mean, mariachi is almost a thing that was almost dying out but it's kind of having a resurgence. Like, like now with competitions and kids learning in schools, like it's
in the U.S. I feel
like in the U.S. at least, I'm saying, like, it's coming up, bro. And anything that just kind of throws it out there for larger audiences to see, shit, I'm all for it, man. I love Mexicans. I love you.
You looked at me like, okay, never mind. So yeah, we hope that answers your questions.
Yeah, we're out of time.
We're out of time?
Big time.
Okay, bye guys. Right. Just click.
Just click. Stop recording. All right, guys, we gotta fucking get out of here because we went a little hard this year. This episode. Episode 6. We hope that you guys enjoyed us talk shit for a little bit. Share with your friends. Follow us, please, on Instagram. CharroBeans podcast. Follow me and Victor. All our ads are on there. And like I said, these will be soon on video. Just stay tuned. If you guys want to subscribe to the channel, it's under my name. So look up on YouTube. You can look up CharroBeans podcast. It's under Sammy Ramirez. Subscribe to the new YouTube channel. And I have the mariachi parodies on there too. So if you want to watch those, Stay tuned because on there we're gonna have actual video once we get the studio up, and just follow us everywhere. Share, tell your friends. We be talking shit on here.
Otherwise, Sammy's gonna kill me. Apparently.
Yeah, if you guys don't subscribe, I'm gonna have to kill Victor. So
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to it.
Tired of this year.
I appreciate everybody listening to us and rating us. I guess peace out.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for listening.
Hey, we got it.
We got it this time. Hell
nice.
yeah! All right, later, guys.
I'll take us 3 times.
Say bye, you bitch.
Bye.